you go about the business of becoming that person? Good answer. P.S. You know how much I love the number one thing I can do game, so let's play it again. What's the number one thing you could start doing that, if you did consistently, would have the greatest positive impact in your life? Get on that. And what's the number one thing you could stop doing that, if you stopped doing it, would have the greatest positive impact in your life? Time to rock it. Next big idea, manage activities. Quote, as a young entrepreneur, before I became an entre-leader, I often tried to manage results. I would do things like try to get sales revenues up, or try to get team morale up, or get profits up. I finally realized that results are generated by activities. If I managed my activities, then the results I want occur. End quote. This is fantastic. We can manage our lives and our businesses by results or by activities. We're conditioned to focus on the results we want to achieve and focus all our energy on that side of things. But of course, the reality is that those results will only come to fruition if we consistently perform specific activities. As Ramsey advises, if we focus on managing the activities, the results will take care of themselves. That's one of the reasons I'm such a big fan of what I call disciplines, the fundamental habits that we need to engage in to operate at our highest capacity most consistently. As per the prior big idea, you are your biggest asset. And if you want that asset to grow, you need to invest in it. The best way to do that? To honor the activities and practices that you know help keep you plugged in and shining. For me, practices and disciplines include meditation. Haven't missed a day of 30 plus minutes of meditation in nearly 4 years, and I won't miss a day for the rest of my life. Exercise. Haven't missed a day in 60 plus days now, and I'm going to see how long I can take that streak as well. Kind of fun. Nutrition. I don't eat junk, and I focus on nutrient-dense foods. Gratitude. I reflect throughout the day on all the amazing things I appreciate in my life, and a number of other creative stuff. How about you? What activities do you need to manage in your life at the most fundamental level? Get on that and watch the results come into place on their own accord. All right, the next big idea, let's pull together. Quote, one of the largest, strongest horses in the world is the Belgian draft horse. Competitions are held to see which horse can pull the most, and one Belgian can pull 8,000 pounds. The weird thing is, if you put two Belgian horses in the harness who are strangers to each other, together they can pull 20 to 24,000 pounds. You can pull not twice as much, but 3 times as much as one. This example represents the power of synergy. However, if the two horses are raised and trained together, they'll learn to pull and think as one. The trained and therefore unified pair can pull not only 24,000 pounds, but will hit 30 to 32,000 pounds. The unified pair can pull 4 times as much as a single horse. They can pull an extra 8,000 pounds simply by being unified. But unity is never simple or easy. End quote. Wow. Isn't that an amazing story? Reminds me of Covey's thoughts on synergy. So even though it's on the 7 habits of highly effective people, he says, quote, synergy is everywhere in nature. If you plant 2 plants close together, the roots commingle and improve the quality of the soil so that both plants will grow better than if they were separated. If you put 2 pieces of wood together, they will hold much more than the total weight held by each separately. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. 1 plus 1 equals 3 or more. End quote. Here's to creating unity and synergy in our lives. Now let's take a moment to look at what can get in the way of creating unity. Next big idea, fight the enemies. Quote, if you value unity, then fight and teach your team to fight these 5 enemies of unity. These enemies are so strong that any one of them can cripple your business, and 2 of them can cause you to fail. To the extent any one of them has a foothold in your culture, they are stealing your fun as a leader. They are worth fighting to the death. 1, lack of intention and thoroughness about communication. 2, lack of intention and thoroughness about goal setting and shared purpose. 3, gossip. 4, unresolved disagreements, and 5, sanctioned incompetence, end quote. So, you want unity in your business and your life? Then pay attention to these 5 enemies of unity. Quick recap. We need to have clear intention and thoroughness with our communication. How are you doing with this? We need to have clear intention and thoroughness with our goal setting and articulation of our purpose. You and your team at work and home, are you clear on your goals and your purpose? We need to eliminate gossip. Ramsey fires people for gossiping, as he says, quote, hand your negatives up and your positives down. Otherwise, it starts to sound a lot like gossip. We also need to resolve any disagreements. Do you have any lingering frustration with someone that you need to address? Get on that. It's an energy drain. And we need to make sure we don't tolerate incompetence. Pursuit of excellence is such a built-in human need that to be surrounded by sanctioned incompetence is incredibly demoralizing to everyone involved. Where can you improve? What's the next little baby step you can take to rock it? That brings us to the next big idea. How's your passion? Quote, you cannot lead without passion. Passion causes things to move, and passion creates a force multiplier. Passion actually covers a multitude of sins. Real entre-leaders care deeply, and that is basically what passion is. Passion is not yelling or being wild. It is simply caring deeply, end quote. Passion. As Ramsey says, it's not about yelling or being all out of control. It's about caring deeply. Do you? And how about your team? Here's what Ramsey has to say about passion and hiring. Quote, passion is so key in leading and creating excellence that I will hire passion over education or talent every time. I prefer to have both, but given a choice, I will take passion. As La Rochefoucauld once said, the most untutored person with passion is more persuasive than the most eloquent without. End quote. Leads us to the next big idea. It's vision time. Quote, as the entre-leader, you have to share your vision with your team early and often. It is impossible to talk about it too much. Andy Stanley has a great book